Hi guys, this is part 4 of the May NAFO truck handover event. In this one I talked to Joni from Finland and Axel from Denmark. Awesome guys who support Ukraine, and Joni Askola, for example, has a YouTube channel. Look at this. And on his YouTube channel he is advocating for Ukraine, raising funds for Ukrainian army too. He has a Suomi Battalion campaign number 4 going right now on Help 99 website, so you can, if you have the means, you can support him and his campaign, fundraising campaign for the NAFO trucks, 3 of them. And, 4 of them in this campaign. He's aiming to help 4 units with trucks. And as you can see, he's already on 48% right now. He has... he's doing it together with his brother, Joni and Jussi Askola, are back with the new Suomi Battalion. We saw a lot of Suomi Battalion patches on the doors of the trucks that were handed over, and I was filming a lot of them. Now I finally got to meet the person behind these campaigns, talk to him, and I like this guy. I need to make some stream with him, and collaborate in the future would be awesome too. So guys, while my campaign is still being organized, I still haven't launched it, you can support Joni's campaign if you can. And please subscribe to his YouTube channel. So, before you will start watching, I want to remind you that this Saturday, just in 3 days, the new dub, the interview with a Russian POW, will be launched on my channel. Premiere on Saturday, midnight between Saturday and Sunday. Ukrainian time, of course. Please jump into that premiere and please enjoy this video. Hi guys, I am here with Joni. Nice to meet you once again.
Nice to meet you.
And Axel.
Nice to meet you.
So I remembered your names correctly, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so basically the Finnish Johnny is Jan, because you pronounce J as Y.
Exactly, but a lot of people say Johnny, so it's okay. It's not a problem.
So you can be called Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And Axel, your name is Axel.
You spelled it right.
Super simple, right?
Most people don't get that right.
Why? How? I mean, it's simple.
Apparently not, but they also think it's Alex. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, tell please all who's watching, rollers and everyone else, where are you from? What are you doing? And a bit of your story.
Yeah. So I'm Joni. I'm from Finland. I'm doing fundraisers for Ukraine with Help 99, so the 69 Sniffing Brigade. And other than that, when I don't do that, I'm a PhD candidate at Charles University in Prague.
Oh wow! So you're a PhD, and you're what do you do there? Research, or you studying?
Both.
Teaching.
Both. But right now I'm not teaching, but both.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So that's interesting, and I know that you've done quite a lot of campaigns with Suomi Battalion, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us how many trucks you provided with those already?
I don't know the number, but because we've done quite a few campaigns with my brother. They were called High Yield Landlord, and my brother Jussi, and then
that's you guys.
Yeah, and then also the Suomi Battalion, but also a few campaigns that were not Suomi Battalion. So in total, I don't know the exact number, but quite a few trucks.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I remember Highland Yield Lord. You were raising those since the very beginning, right? In 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
I want to thank you for that work.
Oh, thank you.
It is really appreciated by me as a Ukrainian, and it's a huge support to the army.
Same for you with all the fundraising you do.
Thank you. It's also this community who does that, I don't know, I also want to ask you, Axel, your story, your, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, well, hello, my name is Axel, I'm 31. On this convoy, I'm a driver. I've been donating prior to this, and on a day-to-day basis, I do software development. I make video games.
Mm-hmm. Video games, is it such a fun work as they think, as people think?
I mean, for me it is, because I'm a gamer, so that's kind of my hobby. So that's where I want to spend most of my time. So I've had other jobs and I didn't enjoy them as much. So for me, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's the best when you love your job.
Exactly.
And apparently, you love yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's my own project, so I'm working for myself. So there's also some perspective in that. It feels better when it's your success or your failure instead of someone else's.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I probably know how it feels.
Yeah, I believe.
Not like I'm fully working for myself. I also have my community. I'm working for them also. And but I'm responsible for my work, right?
Exactly.
And for the outcome. I want to ask you guys about the beginning of the full-scale invasion, and maybe prior to that, if you knew something about the first invasion in 2014. How was it for you, the attachment to Ukraine and to our resistance?
So, as most Europeans, we were obviously aware of what was going on in 2014, but most of us, at least speaking for me, really started following more closely maybe around 2019, 2018. Mm-hmm. In 2014, we saw what was in the news and we knew what was going on, but we didn't really understand the scale of this thing and how it was going to spread later on. But I think, 2019, 20, something like that, that's when really I started following more. And in 2021, I remember when the troops started to build up near the border and stuff, and then I was really following closely. But I think for most of Europe, in 2014 and 15, we didn't really realize what was at play. We knew obviously what Putin was doing, but we didn't really necessarily understand that there was a bigger plan behind it. We thought maybe that was a sort of pragmatic, violent but pragmatic move by him, but it wasn't. It was part of something that he had planned for much longer, and obviously it's sad that Europe didn't wake up earlier and do something earlier to avoid this from happening. But we're also very happy that Ukraine has fought so well and done so well, and that what I tell my followers on Twitter quite often is that if any of us would have been told in March 2022 that the situation would be the current one right now, we would all see it as a massive Ukrainian victory, because Russia really hasn't managed to reach its goals in Ukraine, and Ukrainians have fought well, and there's no other option, there's no choice. So the only thing we can do in Europe is to help Ukraine as much as possible and try to keep Ukraine on our mind and to donate as much as possible. And volunteer help is big, it helps a lot. A lot of units use trucks that have come from private donations and so on, so it's just really important to keep donating and helping Ukraine.
Yep, you guys heard Yoni just now. We need to keep doing that, and I'm sure we will close more campaigns and we'll close them, some of them super fast, because I know how it works, and people usually tend to give all they have, you know. And I never ask. I always ask instead. I ask, don't give your last money, please. You should take care of yourself first. But damn, so I'm just fascinated and drawn away by people's generosity, people's care, and people's non-indifference. How they do that. Look at him, he's still here. I thought he left.
No, still here.
We see Colin there. I distracted myself here. I wanted to thank you for this answer. It is pretty, well, I'm also curious. I want to specify why 2018 and 2019? Why not 2022? Because I know a lot of people started started researching and being interested more only in 2022.
First of all, I'm from Finland, and Finland is the neighbor state of Russia, so we have this natural-born propaganda against Russia in a way, which is good, but we're told about what Russia has done to us when we were young, and we know about it. And in 2018, I was sent to the army in Finland, because in Finland we have mandatory military service, and I happened to have a lieutenant who was very smart and nice and talkative, and we talked a lot with him, and I cared before, but after that I cared even much more, because I just heard things and learned things and started following closer because of that.
So we gotta thank your lieutenant or lieutenant.
Or the mandatory military service, because when you're bored at night and you're not allowed to sleep, then you just end up on some forums and end up doing research.
Yeah, that's really really interesting, and that's good that people like him are there.
Mm.
You know, teaching the new generation
That's
the
true.
history of the Muscovites invading other countries and
Yeah.
constantly trying to enslave other people and mostly destroy. They take pleasure from violence.
Yep.
That's what I noticed, and unfortunately, no, fortunately, we don't have them invading other countries yet. I wanted to say other thing, but I decided to go with this. So it was not like I was supposed to say. Unfortunately, they did not invade other countries. No,
No. Fortunately, yeah.
not that. So I think though Finland is in a big danger,
Yeah.
considering the plans of Russians. Do
Yeah.
you think those plans are really there? Because some people like to live in a fantasy where Russia will stop on Ukraine and will not go to European countries.
No, they have plans for sure, and their military trains for that. I don't think that Finland is number one in their plans. I think Baltics and Georgia are before.
Yeah.
But being number 4, number 5 isn't really a relief when looking at the plans. So it's not. We are still high in the plans. Finland, luckily, is very ready militarily compared to many of the other countries that are a threat. But I'm quite worried for Georgia and the Baltics. On the long run.
Why are you worried about Georgia if Georgia is basically becoming a Belarus already? They have pro-Russian government who
Yeah.
suppressed their
That's a-
opposition.
That's a good point, but at some point this might blow up, and if the people take their liberty back, then at that point it could launch something. But for now, probably not. But I think Baltics,
Baltics for sure.
they are really at threat.
And unfortunately, I don't think Baltic's army, by quantity of soldiers and equipment,
They're just too
is
small.
any match
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Russian army.
They're putting a lot of effort, but they're just small countries, so it's really hard.
Yeah, Finland might be the third because some people also mention Poland, but I don't think Poland is also a primarily target because Poland has pretty a lot of equipment
Yeah.
that they started
buying a
buying
lot.
from Koreans.
Yeah, they're buying a lot. But to be honest, I think Finland is more ready than Poland militarily. But Poland in 10 years or 5 years will be the biggest maybe ground force. But in Poland, it takes time when they're building. When you start from they start from quite a low level, and it's a slow process. But Poland is really making big moves, so they'll get ready. But Finland has a reserve of 900,000 men who are trained, and we have a lot of artillery and so on. So I think
Once again, how many men?
900,000.
900,000. Wow.
Yeah.
So that could be a match to Russian army. They have like 1.5 million
Yeah.
these days or something. 900,000 can really hold
Yeah.
the defense because Ukraine, it's what Ukraine has these days, like 900,000 to a million, something like that. So yeah, I'm really happy for Finland.
Yeah,
for your defense capabilities.
Yeah, we're a small country, so we're limited, but we try to do our best.
I want to switch to Axel and ask him the same question. Yes. So it's Yanni's turn
to do the work.
to hold the microphone. Maybe you switch hands, so
yeah, or
it's
you can
gonna be
actually hold
handier.
it. It's maybe easier to
Yeah,
hold
I
it.
don't mind. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
So Axel, you're from Denmark. When before the interview, we were talking about the leadership of your country in support of Ukraine.
Yeah.
But for you personally, when did it all begin, and how?
For me, it only began right before the invasion, and I think that's because Joni mentioned being a neighbor to Russia gives you a different historical perspective and a different cultural awareness. For me, I always assumed that, very naively, that Europe is a peaceful continent and nothing bad can ever happen again. And a lot of Western experts were saying the same thing, that even back in 21, when it was then Russia was building up and preparing to invade, what we heard in our news was, it's manipulation, it's a negotiation tactic, it's blah blah blah. So it wasn't really on my mind that much. But then obviously it became very serious very fast. But my awareness of it and my realization that this is as serious as it gets, it started quite late compared to people of Ukraine, obviously, but also someone who lives closer.
Yeah.
So
Well, I told you before that, in my opinion, Denmark is the leader in support of Ukraine right now, not by the number of equipment you've, but actually by number of equipment too. You gave us all your Archer, how do you call them? Artillery systems,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They're
Archer
Swedish.
howitzers.
Swedish ones.
Swedish ones,
we
but
gave
Denmark
Caesars.
gave.
Caesars.
Denmark gave Caesars, yeah.
Gave
Yeah.
Caesars. I apologize. So
Yeah.
Denmark was the one who gave 31. I guess all that you had by
I
that
forget
time.
how many, but yes, it was all we had. We
Yeah.
didn't have that many, but we gave what we did.
So it was Caesar, not
Yeah.
Archers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I apologize for
No
that
worries.
mistake, but what? That's the first thing. Secondly, you were first to invest into the production of weapons, Ukrainian
Yeah.
weapons in Ukraine, and now it is called Denmark model. So basically, it was called after your country, and. You guys now send in, or going to be sending this year, soldiers to be trained by Ukrainian soldiers to
Yeah.
gain experience. So your leadership in all this support makes it, for me, the biggest supporter of Ukraine. Of course, Finland is somewhere around the second or the third place, I guess, definitely for me. I really appreciate the support of Finland and we Ukrainians, not just me, I'm just one Ukrainian. And I appreciate it a lot, guys. Thank you to your countries from me and from many other Ukrainians who will agree with me, I'm sure. You guys really inspire me. I know that you guys have experience of Russia invading you. I'm not sure. I don't know history like back in the days.
Way back, but it's been a while.
Yeah, been a while, but still. You told me that. What, only 4%? Can you please come back to that number?
I can't remember the exact number, but if you do opinion polls of Denmark, what's is a little bit unique about Denmark is that a lot of other countries that support Ukraine, they'll have some party with 10, 20, 30% votes that
Yeah.
are pro-Russia and anti-Ukraine. What I really like about Denmark is all the parties are pro-Ukraine.
Yeah.
We have some small parties that maybe have like 4 or 5% in the opinion polls that are pro-Russia, but really all the mainstream parties, all the big ones, everyone supports Ukraine, and that really applies to all Danish people as well. And I'm really happy about that. So,
And actually, in Finland, we have even less than that
Yeah,
because we have
so-
no party with 4% that supports Russia.
Yeah.
The biggest ones that support Russia have maybe 0.1. or
0.1.
0.2. But we have some people in the big parties that have 20% or 30 in the party. The party might be pro-Ukraine, but in the party there's always one or two stupid, useful idiots. But overall, there's no pro-Russian politics in Finland.
Do you think those those helpful idiots?
I'm sorry, guys. I do have to run now.
Oh
but,
shit!
I
You
appreciate
told
it
us.
very much.
You told us.
Appreciate
Let
it.
me give you something before that. Johnny, may I ask you to hold this? I really hope I still have one of my patches because I want to give one to you.
Thank you.
So yes, I have one. Amazing. Here's
Wow,
one for
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and let me give you a hug before you go.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you, Axel.
Thank you, guys. Glory to Ukraine. And
Glory
see you
to the
guys later.
heroes. Yes. Okay, Yanni, you also gotta get one.
Oh,
let me
thank
see
you.
if I have some left here today. I have many pockets here. I'll find one
lots of-
definitely.
That's good.
Pockets? Can I call it a pocket? No, it's not.
I guess it's a pocket.
Section pocket. What do you call it in Finnish?
Tasku, I guess.
Tasku.
Tasku, but it's like a pocket, so.
Okay, got it. One should be here, definitely. Maybe I moved it to another. No, yeah, one exactly.
Amazing.
The last one for you.
Perfect. The last one. Thank you. Massive thanks.
You're welcome, and it's my little thank you for
No,
you for all
thank
your
you.
work you do for Ukraine and for Ukrainian army in particular.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Yanni is there. I'm also in the camera now. I'll take it back, and I want to talk to you like maybe 5 more minutes or
yeah,
something.
that's fine.
Something.
Yeah.
We'll always find something to discuss, I
Yeah.
guess. So what were we talking about? About the Finnish support to Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you're especially proud about that support?
One thing is that most people don't really understand how much Finland is doing because Finland doesn't disclose its aid to Ukraine. So in Finland, if we give, for example, if our armed forces give $200 million or euros worth of aid. We only count the new equipment that we need to replace it in the cost. So if it's all old stuff, the value will be zero. So in reality, for example, when comparing to Denmark or Sweden, it's not a competition, it's not about that, but Denmark, for example, or other countries, they give the full value of their aid. We don't do that, so we don't really know how much we're giving. We know that we're giving something, but we don't know the exact number. But overall, I think as all countries, Finland is doing a lot, but Finland is doing not enough. We should do much more, and we could do much more. And I hope that our government. I mean, if we don't help Ukraine, they're gonna come to us. So it's better to give the equipment now to Ukraine. But we're doing a lot, but just need a bit more.
Okay, so how much do you know about my community and?
Not much, actually. Not much.
Okay, I told you before that I am from occupation, from
exactly.
Kyiv. And basically, for me, I don't have the guts to join the army. You see, I'm like man in my 30s. By law, I should join the army, but instead I found a way to help my country this way. And it's not because this or that excuse. It's just because I don't have the guts, as I told you. But I think I could be a good example for civilians, what they need to do as civilians.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
Definitely I found myself to cope with that, be honest with myself and just find a way to...
And you've done a lot for the country, because a lot of the trucks you've raised and so on, it's a big help for the army.
I'm, honored to be doing that, really. And without you guys, without my community, I won't be able to really achieve all of those campaigns closed. So, thank you for all of your donations, guys.
Thank you.
And I am usually raising in parallel. Also, every week I'm raising money to my PayPal to close the other requests that soldiers have, and there's a line of requests, and each unit should wait for approximately 4 months for me to get to their requests. So usually we close these campaigns in parallel with the NAFO truck campaigns, because I think NAFO 69th Infantry Brigade platform basically also works for the fundraising. Not only we as a community raise, but people who are passing by the campaigns on the website,
a lot.
They are like, oh, Rick's new campaign, I'll donate to it. And I'm
sure there's a lot of people who don't necessarily even follow you from YouTube, who still donate because they want the patch or because they want to help and so on. So that's true. That's a good point.
Exactly. So I really like how it works. I like this networking, and it helps other communities. If a person from one or other community, they will probably donate to most of the fundraisers if they have the means to do so, to of course also get the patches, but to support the campaign, and because they know what it is about. It is about the equipment that saves lives. We provided one of the trucks not so long ago. It was not the Help 99 campaign. We were doing that one with Car for Ukraine. It went to the front line and blown up on a mine just in a week. But it saved lives. Those soldiers told us that basically if they were driving the Chinese Sangyong that they had before, they would be dead, because the metal there is super thin. And they said, shit, this car saved our lives. So even if it lives for a few hours, it gives the chance to soldiers to survive.
100%.
And sometimes it could be disappointing for people to see how trucks are expendables. We spend a lot of efforts and time and money to raise funds for them, to supply them. And 69th Infantry Brigade is so good in this. 29 trucks in one convoy. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work of mechanics, a lot of work of logistics.
There are some guys, I don't know if they want to be named or not, so I'm not going to name them, but there are some people working behind this who work really, really hard, and that they're not the ones whose face is visible, but they are the ones who are doing the hard work behind the scenes.
Exactly. Like Randall, right? and
Yeah.
he's okay. too.
Roland and
Oh
Roland.
wait, not Randall. Roland.
Roland. Yeah.
There's no
yeah.
Randall.
No Randall. No.
I always mix
Yeah.
Roland for Randall, for
Yeah,
fuck's
yeah.
sake. But
Yeah.
Roland is a very Viking name. I don't know why I choose Randall.
Yeah, Randall is good as well, but no, Roland is working hard,
Yeah.
and there's another one too, and it's they're doing hard work.
Yeah, they're doing hard work, and guys, you always got to know that behind the screen, behind the cameras, there's a whole team of people, many of them, dozens of people who do the hard work, and drivers are also part of that team.
Yeah.
And a lot of drivers are bringing these trucks 30-hour drive every month. Of course, not all of them go there every month.
No,
But there are some epic drivers who's been doing like, I don't know, 5 to 10 runs each. Have you met some?
yeah,
of those?
I've met a lot of these people during the convoys. There's a lot of all sorts of people involved, but everyone does their share.
Okay, 24 minutes we've been shooting this video.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I basically would like to let you go because you were interviewing soldiers today the whole day, right?
No worries. Yeah. I've been luckily I wasn't alone. There was also Yevgenia helping. So
Yeah, Evgenia also does that. And I also wanted to ask you if you have a YouTube channel that
Yeah.
I can promote right now.
I have. I'm more active, or people maybe know me more from Twitter, but I've launched a YouTube channel, and I have a YouTube channel. It's under my name, Joni Askola.
Joni
You can
Askola.
find it. And
I think I saw one of your videos, one of your recent videos, not so long ago, but I don't remember what it was
Yeah.
about.
I try to launch the YouTube channel a bit because it's X is a platform I can't rely on so much. So
Yeah, Elon Muscovite took over, and now it's pro-Russian platform promoting their propaganda, and of course also MAGA propaganda.
very much so, very much so.
So maybe, first of all, maybe you want to visit my stream someday, be a guest?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm going back tomorrow to Finland, or leaving from here, but I'm in Finland, and we can whenever you are doing an episode or whatever, I'm always
Awesome.
happy to join.
Awesome. I will definitely message you for that. We need to exchange contacts
Yeah.
when we press stop
Yeah,
of this video.
Sounds
Let's
good.
do that. And
Yeah, we can think about maybe some campaign one day, and
yeah, it would be cool to do it together.
Yeah.
And Finnish people have the same experience as Ukrainian people. And Russia also committed occupation. I don't know if we can call it a genocide, what they did in 1939.
Yeah,
Can we?
I think the part that could be called a genocide is what happened to some of the populations in Karelia and those
yes.
areas, because some Finnish people who made the mistake of going on the other side of the border back in the days, and many of them ended up being exterminated, and not that many survived. So, yeah, Russia has probably committed something that could be called a genocide also on Finns, but
So we
but,
both suffered. So
exactly.
I think our people should be uniting more and collaborating more. So let's
100%.
represent our people
that.
in this.
That's a good
I would
idea.
like to do that. Before we finish, maybe you have the message to the world that you want to give. Not a big world. I think this video will be watched by around 500 people. But anyway,
That's a lot. That's
it's
a lot.
already
I
some.
thank you all for your support to Rick and to the campaigns and with everything, and keep doing it, because the war is not ending. Trump is not bringing an end to the war soon, so Ukraine needs all the help it can get to get leverage for the negotiations the day they happen, and also just to survive. So we were reminded last night there were strikes again here in Kyiv, and Russia does not want peace, so Ukraine needs all our help.
Yep. Russia will only declare ceasefire, but it will never follow it, just like tonight. It was 6th of May already, which should be a ceasefire, but they launched ballistic missiles and Shahed drones to Kyiv, and they, I think, killed some people.
Yeah, I think so
Tonight,
too, and injured some as well.
Yeah, so guys, don't ever trust Russians. I know you won't. You love Ukraine and you understand everything pretty well. People on that side of the screen. Last thing I wanted to mention real quick. Do you know how we call each other, the community members?
No,
You
no.
probably don't. Rick Rollers.
Rick Rollers.
Do you remember the prank called Rick Roll?
No.
The old one?
No.
It was like 2012. People were asking other people for some links to some websites, and those people, to prank them, send them, instead of the link they asked for, they usually sent them the video of Rick Astley singing "Never Gonna Give You
Oh,
Up,
okay, I know
Never
that
Gonna
song.
Let You Down." So this song is called Rick Roll even.
Okay.
And we not so much pranking people, but we have that song as our hymn, I would say, because
It's a good song.
yeah, we're very dedicated to the cause, to each other,
Mm.
to keep supporting the Ukrainian army. So we will never gonna give you up, never gonna let you
go.
down.
Yeah.
And sorry for this being such a long conversation.
No problem at all. No problem at all. It was great having this conversation
It was
with
nice to meet you, and I want to say just live long, prosper, and donate. Do you know this
Exactly.
one?
No.
Live long and prosper, the Vulcan salute, one from the Star Trek. Yeah, he can do that. Awesome. So,
Sounds good.
you guys, Slava
See you
Ukraine.
guys.
Heroям slava. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like this video, leave a comment under it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I also want to ask you to check the previous part with Bear Brothers, and you can support my work if you like my work. You can support it financially and become a contributor to my salary. Subscribe to the base, or if base doesn't work for you, there are other options, Donatello and Patreon. They are in the description of this video. Thank you so much for all that you do for Ukrainian army, guys. Please live long, prosper, and donate. Slava Ukraini!